Hi, welcome back to the channel. Well, today I've got 6 real-life builds for your Banshee GTS. 5 of them are new, and we'll just start with the one that we did the other day. Now, because this is manufacturer's catalogue, that means it's all cinematics. There's no in the workshop part. I simply provide a sheet for you at the end of the video, and that's going to show all the mods used on all the cars and a few notes and a few variations. So just make sure you screenshot that when you get there. So we're starting with a car that Rockstar really based this on, which is a Dodge Viper last generation ACR with the extreme aero on board. And the video you probably already saw, I built this matte red one and also a glossy dark blue one. A couple of comments really. Lots of people pointed out correctly what I had not done, which is if you go to luxury autos you can purchase the car with black stock wheels. So if you can't paint stock wheels, which I can because I'm on PC, that's how you can get those wheels on this car. Anyway, it's shown here with the Cheetah RR wheels, which I think are an excellent substitute for something you can paint. For the first of our fully new builds, we may as well go back to the beginning. 2013, the GTS launch edition of the car. This was suggested by a viewer, so thank you very much for that suggestion. I think it looks really stunning, and you'll be pleased that there's no crew colours. It's simply a blue metallic Saxon blue pearl. Looks really good. Now the car is defined, in my opinion, not just by the colour, not just by the white stripes, but also by having bright chrome wheels in real life. So we have here a chrome wheel in the game that is quite close in pattern, but it does of course have that where the spokes wrap round on the inside of the wheel. I chose this one simply, as I say, because I could not live without chrome on this car. However, there is another wheel, and it's noted in the sheet, in the street category that is much closer in shape, if you can live with the alloy colour. So it's up to you. But I do think for a nice, clean and stunning build, this is a really great car to put in your garage. The next car was also a viewer suggestion, and this car was the final Viper in 2017. It's a ACR again, and Pennzoil took this car and they made a mini movie, a little heist movie, so it's quite appropriate to this game, with the car doing various stunts and things. The car, of course, looked fantastic in the movie, sounded fantastic. It reminded me of a bit of Ken Block driving. I painted it bright yellow because, as you can see on the inset picture, where they did an interview, the car was bright yellow. I think it's more often known as being a sort of paler yellow, but I'm pretty sure that's because the movie itself had a colour cast over the entire movie. And they didn't crash it in the movie like I just did there. Anyway, I think this is a stunning build, and one great thing is it doesn't rely on any form of livery, so there's no wailing and gnashing of teeth that we have the wrong livery. And this dovetails me really nicely into the next car, because I said, oh, that big red stripe, what a pity we can't use that one, it's wrong, it's from an earlier Viper. Well, I'm pleased to say I was wrong. This viewer was right, and they pointed out to be the 1.28 edition. They made 28 of them, and it's because the car managed to beat 1 minute 28 round Laguna Seca racetrack. So very special edition. The stripes are correct, and it's a very simple build, of course, not being dissimilar really to our original ACR build with an awful lot of stock parts, black wheels and the stripes. So this looks really good. I'm not massively into a black car with black wheels, so this probably won't be how I keep the car, but I do love the fact we've got almost the right stripe. Now, of course, the ACR is great. I mean, the ACR is really great, but I had at least one request. Can you please do some cleaner builds on the cars, because not everybody wants wings, splitters and canards all over the place. So along with the launch edition, here is another clean build. This is the Snakeskin Edition, and the defining feature of the Snakeskin Edition is this very specific colour, which took me ages. I don't normally ask for a like part way through, but this colour took me so long to work out as a true colour. Please give me a like. I think I got quite close. I will also add that they made another, I think it was 25 again, of the ACR version of the car in this colour as well. So not only do we have the colour, but we have something on the back which I really, really love, which is a carbon ducktail cutout spoiler. I just think ducktails look really nice on the car, given it slightly too big a front lip because you can't do the sort of corner lips that the car actually has, but at least a small splitter isn't over the top. I think if you can do crew colours, this is a really stunning, really clean build. Now we should have 2 black stripes, not a single off-centre one, so that was a little cheeky one of mine. You may want to even miss that off because we don't have twin black stripes. But this stripe does come from an extreme version of the car, which I'll picture on the screen with its name. I haven't built that one, but you can see it would be a very easy build to use that stripe. On to our last car then, and of course I had to build a race car, not only because it was requested, but because I always try and build a race car out of my cars if I possibly can. So this car was released on stage in 2013. In fact, it might even have been released in 2012, I'm not sure. It was to show you what the new gen Viper was going to be like, so it was the first time, for example, these wheels had even been seen. And the livery we've got in game, it's not a million miles off, at least. And we have pretty much the spoiler, we have pretty much the front lip. We do have the hood with the little straps to tie them down, so along with a roll cage we are well served to make the race car. Of course the days of tuner DLC cars where we can customise the interior have gone, but overall I think this one has come out really very well indeed. And I gotta say, I love this car to drive, and I do love how accurate it is. I think the only perhaps poor part we have, the bit where Rockstar made sure not to be sued for copyright, was the bonnet or the hood, where definitely there's been a few changes from reality. We can't match any of the hoods exactly. But overall, what a brilliant car. So I hope you enjoyed this little run through with 6 different builds. Remember, the build sheet is coming very shortly, so you'll want to screenshot parts 1 and parts 2 of that. Do like it if you liked it, subscribe if you like real cars and GTA, and above all, and especially because the money for all of these goes to charity, thank you so much for watching.